Good day and welcome to the Dashboard Correlator presentation. We are going to go through an overview of the Dashboard Correlator and some of the various functionalities. So, firstly we will be addressing what is the Dashboard Correlator, the layout of the dashboard and where everything is situated and how it works, and then lastly some functionality, a brief overview of the functionality. So essentially what the Dashboard Correlator is it's a comprehensive, unique and very powerful trading tool. What it does is it analyzes the markets to see where the smart money is going to. And in this way you can consistently make profits and draw money out of the markets, any markets, not just Forex markets. You can look at indices and commodities as well. So it's consistently profitable. Over the years we found that it has a success rate of over 70%, and on any given day trading you should be able to look at putting out between 40 to 60 pips per trading session. Low risk and drawdown, and this is obviously dependent on your money management, and very importantly it can be integrated into any current trading system or strategy, whether it's a fundamental strategy or a technical strategy. You can use it. It will support your strategy and the way that you trade, and will help you make better, more informed decisions. And it's also suitable for any level of trader, from the novice to an advanced trader. So what does it do? It measures strengths and weaknesses across currencies, commodities and indices. It displays the clear correlations between all these instruments, measures the precise volatility in the market, and you'll see there's little volatility numbers that appear in the various blocks, and that will tell you how volatile the market is. There's a heat map on there that scans the markets, starting at the 1 minute time frame up to 1 day. Alerts can be sent to you via the dashboard, and you can set the volatility at which these alerts are triggered. The most important thing is it shows you, or it gives you an idea of the market sentiment, i.e. the fear or greed factor in the market, and whether there's risk appetite or risk aversion. It has an easy to read graphic output that displays the market movement via color grading or coding. So you'll see there's various colors that are used, most notably green. When there's a lot of green, there's a lot of buying in the market, and when there's a lot of red, there's excessive selling in the market. Dashboard took over 3.5 years to develop, so it's quite a comprehensive tool. It's not something that was developed overnight. A lot of thought and effort went into it. There's over 4,000 lines of code that have gone into it, and it pulls live data from some 476 charts. So there's a lot of data coming in that's correlated at any given point in time. Okay, so here we have the Dashboard Correlator. It's very colorful. You can see how the market is moving across all time frames and across various instruments, and I'll just go through it quickly. On the top here you have the graphic output. Okay, so if you can imagine a water line going across here, the top half, or anything positive, will indicate buying pressure, and anything below the waterline or negative will indicate selling pressure. And the higher the numbers, obviously the color change or the coding will change and vary. As I said before, green signifying aggressive buying and red signifying aggressive selling. And then the higher the number, the more the volatile it is. And that goes for, well, this is your graphic output on the top here, and on the bottom you've got your heat map. The heat map is a mirror of what we see on top here, so you can see the NZD there, NZD, Aussie, Aussie, CAD, and so on. So what we've got on the heat map is the instruments on the top, and then you've got your time frames measured from 1 minute to 1 day on the bottom. And that what you can see here in the actual blocks is the volatility numbers, and that is across every time frame. So you can see as soon as there's possibly a reversal in the market, and you'll see at the moment here we're seeing quite a lot of red coming through across on the stock indices, and that is showing that there's some risk aversion in the market. Now, just going back to the top over here, the way that the dashboard is laid out is you have all the currencies over here, and these are the individual currencies. Okay, so it's the stripped out currency strength or weakness, and unlike, say, the US dollar index, which is measured against a basket of currencies, the dashboard measures the currencies against every other currency. So it gives you a much more precise reading on the actual volatility. And as you can see, it's live, it's updating as we speak. So you've got all your currencies: New Zealand dollar, Aussie, CAD, Swiss, pound, euros, yen, and the US dollar. And then on the right, we've got your commodities with gold and oil. And then to the right of that, we've got the stock indices, the main stock indices in the US being the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow, the Russell 2000, the FTSE being in Europe, and then you've also got the DAX, the Eurostox, the CAC, and the SMI. Right, so just moving down to the heat map at the bottom here. What you can do is you can activate all these time frames over here. I've just activated a couple of the time frames, but essentially you can activate as many or as little time frames as you want. So you can monitor any time frame that you want. On the actual graphic output on the top here, if you'll look up here, you'll see there's 3 numbers here: M1, 15, and 1 hour. And what that is that's a composite reading of the of 3 time frames. So what it does is it takes the strengths and weaknesses and the readings from those 3 time frames, it aggregates them and gives you one output. And what you can do is you can either have 1 time frame or an average of all 3 time frames. So it's very flexible in the way that you can set it up. And then this number 50 here is the look back. That's how many bars back it's actually looking at data. So from the current bar, it looks back on the 1 minute, it'll look back 50 minutes or 50 bars, and then on the 15 minutes it looks back 50 bars, and the 1 hour 50 bars, and then it aggregates all that data. Now, how we trade with the dashboard, that will be going into a lot more detail in subsequent presentations, but essentially what you do is you look at the correlations between the various markets and how they influence, how they can be used as leading indications of where the market may go, as no market just acts on its own. There is a knock-on effect into other markets, and that is the basis of how the dashboard correlator works. So for instance, you'll see some selling going on in the stock indices. You'll then see a resultant action in the currency market or the bond market, and now we're seeing that the yen is going up with the risk averse trades that are going on in the stock market. But we'll get into that at a later stage. What I just want to show you now is just some of the basic functionality of the dashboard. We right click there, or you can, and then you double click on the dashboard. This first setting over here that says font size, all you do is, if your screen size, if you want the dashboard to appear bigger, you just adjust the that font size accordingly. So obviously a larger font size will create a larger dashboard to fit the screen, or a smaller font size will create a smaller version of the, or more compact version of the dashboard. You don't have to worry about these times that you see here. This is just the opening and closing times. That's preset. Alright, these indices that you see here, the indices are based on futures contracts, so those close out every 3 months, so you need to change those manually. We're currently on the June 2012. The next closeout will be in August 2012. These are the 3 time frames that I spoke about. You can set those to any 3 time frames that you want. So you can have a 1 minute, a 5 minute, and say a 15 minute or 60 minute, whatever. It's up to you how you want to set that up. And there's the look back over there. Or you can have a 5 minutes on its own and just put in a 0 reading for the other 2. And it'll just give you a graphic output of 5 minutes there. We also have alarms. You can activate them here to true or false. The G-Speak that you see over here, that is just a electronic voice that speaks back to you and will tell you when your alert is activated that you have set. It will say, for instance, GBP greater than 200. It will give you the reading as well. Okay, you can also elect to have an email sent to you, which can then be sent to your smartphone, so you can get it direct on your phone. And then this alarms delay here, that is set at 300. It's in seconds, so that's 5 minutes. And all that does is it delays the actual check, so it will check every 60 seconds or 5 minutes, whatever you've set it at. It will then check to see, are your criteria are they being met at that point in time? If yes, then it activates the alert. If not, it then waits a further say 300 seconds, whatever you've set it at. This start and end time, that is if you only want to receive alerts at a specific time, you can set that. And here what we're looking at is the actual alert criteria that you set it. So let's just say you wanted to know a volatility of, say, 200 on the euro. You would put in plus 200 on the positive side, and on the negative side, say minus 200, and that would then, whenever it reaches that value on your graph over here, it will then sound an alert, and you'll be alerted via pop-up or email or G-Speak, whatever you've set there. So that then is just the basic functionality we've got in the dashboard. As I said, there will be subsequent presentations on functionality, how to trade with the dashboard, the setup, etc., etc. Thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you soon.